And after I actually migrated to the US, I double revenue. So, and any kind of risk that I had, just went away, I think. So
What do you mean by any kind of risk went away?
sorry.
What do you mean by any kind of risk went away?
So I believe that in this kind of company, especially the way that I build, well, not the way that I build, but any kind of software service company, right? The risks are too high, right? And why is that? Because you have a lot of costs, because you have a lot of salaries to pay, right? And you have to generate a lot of revenue. You have, for instance, an Upwork, you have competitors, right? The freelancers are actually competitors from a company like mine, right? For any kind of service company that is not huge or there is a lot of money from investors, right? In my case, even worse because I'm from Brazil, so I don't have a lot of. I have now, but back then I didn't have a way to easily get loans, right? If I need it,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? So there's no money around. You can't you can't make a lot of mistakes in this kind of
Yeah.
situation,
I think
right?
that's a common issue for services companies, right? Like getting funding is very difficult unless you're already very connected or you're already very, very big and successful. Early on in the services company, they make you suffer. Like it's a trial by fire to actually be in a position where you're taken seriously.
Yes, and I think you got it right. Right, connections are everything,
Yeah.
right? So as an immigrant, right, with an
Yeah.
outsourcing company trying to uh, uh, allocate people from other countries, also, right? Everything's difficulty. When you get to the US, you understand that connections and everything.
Right.
You see how you have a lot of companies also that are based. The whole company have 100 people, 200 people that are based sometimes just on the connections of the CEO,
That's
right?
true. That's true, and that is actually a very real risk, right? In some ways, I think a company like you that's built from the ground up, the connections are earned connections. People that you met yourself is in a far more stable place because they don't have this projection. Like every one of their clients they've earned. It's not as if they got a whole bunch of freebies and after that growth they're like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah. So, and that's important, right? So I learned that you get to understand that everybody has connection. Company relies on those connections, and that's funny because sometimes CEOs got a lot of money, and it's not only because they do good work, is that because they're actually bringing all the relationships that they have to the company. They're selling to those people, right? They're not bringing just their work. They're bringing. It's like they are, like Formula One drivers. When they go to their teams, they bring all the advertising with them. It's not only them, right? They're bringing money, right? So you understand. I understood that here in the US, so it was not easy. But I
I
guess
guess